adults only. For adults only? Come on.
Me make you laugh long time. Like I always say.
Ready?
Yep.
The unknown zone.
Talk show, talk show.
Zone unknown.
Talk show, talk show.
How the hell you find it?
In your overpriced high-tech telephone.
Deep in your bones.
Underneath a pile of stones.
It's some kind of virus. Deep in your nose, in between your toes, smack dab in the middle of your split crotch pantyhose. The unknown show.
Talk show, talk show.
The unknown show.
Talk show, talk show.
The unknown zone.
Talk show.
I actually have a tape this time because we did a show last week and it was black with no sound, which is awesome. Amazing. So before we continue, it's kind of like I'm talking to myself right now because I have not introduced my help, my temp sidekick as it were, Oleg. Say your last name because I'm very bad with last names. Volvchenko?
Volvchenko.
Same thing. All right, or as I like to call him Sloppy Seconds. Yay! No audience, just us. No audience. And our special guest today, which I'm very excited about, he's finally said he was ready to be on the show. Victor Arnez. Welcome, Victor.
Yay, thank you very much.
Yes, go right into the, don't back up. Go right into the mic. This is the thing, when for some reason in the studio, we have to talk into the mic.
Wow.
You can even, I don't know, do you want to hold it? Is that weird?
No, this is good.
That's good.
Hover.
Do like a doll head.
Yeah.
Doll. Welcome, Victor. Victor is a talented director, actor, and are you a tech person? How production?
Well, I'm moving away from the technical part of this. I'm just staying in front of the camera and, production work,
some production work. Okay, so you're mainly an actor.
An actor, yes.
Okay, and a very attractive one at that.
Thank
you. Victor and I met. This is so interesting. Victor and I met when I was first doing shows at BCAT, Brooklyn Public Access Television. For our listener, we have one listener, and they forget that. Three. It's always 1, 3, or 5. I always forget how many, but they probably don't remember that we were on YouTube, and I have a show on BCAT once a month. Very exciting. So Victor and I met because when you first do shows, before you do shows, your own show, you have to help out on public access.
Correct.
Right, you have to help out on other shows. So I was fortunate enough to help out on a show called Black Men Screaming. And Victor, I wanted to make a black joke. I don't know. I was ready. It's like, you are black, right? Like that matters. And Victor was helping out. You were the director.
I was directing at the time. Yeah, I wasn't the only director, but Maurice Carver, he lets me direct some shows. So.
Yes, and I remember you came in late.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
I did. Yeah, but he's hot. He's a hot.
But you were late today.
He was Oleg was so fucking late.
Transfer.
Oleg had to find a cat.
Mm.
So why don't you tell us why you were late?
No, I'm serious.
Yeah, go ahead.
I couldn't find her.
But why did you have to find her? If you feed the cat.
Because I was afraid that something happened to her, that she ran away or something. Like I don't know.
In the house? I told you I was going to ream you. I told you.
Because she always.
No coughing on the show. No coughing on the show.
She tries to run out.
Oh, she tries to run out.
So maybe when I was feeding her one of the times, like when I was coming into the apartment one of the times.
Right. I'm so glad I asked. No, that's interesting.
Why don't you go back to how we met?
Let's go. So I was helping out. I was very nervous, very scared. And I remember Maurice said to me, "What would you like to do?" He's very sweet. And I was like, I don't know, because it's intimidating because you learn how to use all the the equipment, but you really don't know how to do shit. You don't remember anything. So I was behind the camera, of course, where you really don't have to do anything except focus the camera, right?
And you screwed it up too.
I don't think I did, but I probably felt like I did. So So
Was that your first show that you helped out on?
yes.
Oh wow.
Yes, and you came in and you just took over. You were very jovial and you were bubbly.
Okay. I'm a
and-
Libra.
He's a Libra. He's a Libra.
Yes.
With Venus and Scorpio, I'm sure. But we're talking a little astrology. Well, we had to kill time before you got here. So
Because you were late.
I'm sorry.
I almost shot my whole wad. I was like, I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say. But so you came in and you were very bubbly and you were, you were making jokes and you were, yeah, because you're a longtime BCAT guy,
Yeah.
right? So you're very comfortable in the studio
Yes.
and you had, So that's what I remember.
Wow. And we didn't see each other again until the Christmas party. I think
Until
it was
the
2
Christmas
years
party,
ago.
right.
2 years ago.
Yes. No, it was last year.
Was it last year?
It was last year because I won some Joe Malone perfume, which I still have. I still have some left.
Okay.
So I've tried to figure out how long the perfume's going to last before I have to get new perfume. It's a whole thing. But I remember when they had karaoke. It was the BCAT,
I
the
love
Brook.
karaoke.
I sang. Guess what I sang? Yes, exactly. High five.
What did you say?
High five. Guess. What do you think I sang? What do you think I selected?
I would put you as Alanis Morissette kind of girl.
Really? No. Way off. I hate that because everyone thinks I'm like the Earth Mother. I fucking hate that. I'll tell you, as an actor,
true,
I get
though.
cast as the lesbian Earth Mother.
You're the Oracle.
Oh my God! Every fucking time. I'm a bitch. I'm a cunt. I want to be playing a cunt.
So you're saying I'm a bitch? I'm a
Yeah,
mother.
that's not. Is that her? That's not. Oh no, that's not her.
I don't know.
That's the melody of it, but
Yeah. No, I sang a Lady Gaga song.
What song?
What was the one I love that song?
I
Wait, no, wait. We
Poker
got
Face?
no, not poker. You would think Poker Face since I play poker. It's the one where it's good to be you. Everybody be themselves. It's the
You
worst.
and
Is
I?
you and I.
sing it.
Oh,
You're music. You know music too. Wait, Victor, make sure you go into the mic.
Okay.
Okay, good.
I know which song you're talking about.
Yeah, what is it?
Born This Way.
Thank you. Born this way. Exactly. It was so much fun. And Victor was like, "You're grooving." And then there were these other chicks singing, and they were singing like, I don't know if it was a disco. No, it was like disco. Oh, I'm so old. Thank you. It was this song, and Victor was so into it. He was like banging on his chest.
Because
He's
they were
doing like a
downing
tart.
men. It was a thing. We are the women and women are the side. I said, no, we are the men. We are the men. It was one of those
Right.
numbers.
And then he'd do the chest thing, the chest pounding. And I would say it was hot.
Well, he
it
had
was
to
hot.
defend his manlyhood.
He did, but it was so. But what I loved about it was funny. It was so fucking funny, and I was like, oh my God, I want him on my show. I want him on the show. And then he got all shy, right? You got all shy. I was
Yes,
like,
I'm really shy. It's a lot to get me to come
he's
out
an
like
actor.
this,
He's an
you
actor.
know.
Actors are very shy.
Yes.
Yeah, so she goes, I don't know. He saw the show. You saw the show, right?
Saw the show, yes.
And he goes, I don't know.
Yeah, I went to the to
Wait,
YouTube
you
and
saw
saw
the
shows.
show and you agreed?
Not
No,
at
you
first,
see, I said,
no.
you see, it's courage. I
No.
had to build up the courage. I said, yes, I can do this as an actor. I must be able to do this. Any situation.
So are you acting right now or are you yourself?
I don't know. I'm schizophrenic, so I don't know which one's real. I don't know.
Well, as an actor, that must be. Like,
It's a great help.
Well, you have to be. You have to be schizophrenic as an actor. Absolutely.
So I can't make it as an actor. Huh?
Oh no, you totally can. You're
I'm not
Pisces.
schizophrenic.
You're insane, and that's
I'm
that.
insane.
That's it. That's all you take. That's all it
You
takes.
qualify.
No, you're Pisces, so you can play different characters. You totally could. Believe me, I know you.
Oh, I'm between two fish.
You are. We're
Okay.
fishing. We're swimming around in the show.
And I have two
You're
skills.
in a fish
That's
stop.
right. Oh, my
Skills
God.
and the two fish.
It's meant to be. It's
Yes,
kismet.
indeed.
It's kismet. So now, is your trip? I wanted to talk about. Now, let me just look at the time because I have to call my friend.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll make him wait.
Oh,
Okay.
good to see me.
We have to call Dave. By the way, we have to call Dave. Dave is my piano player. He's in Vag House, and he abused the vagina joke privilege, so he's rehabilitating. He finally did admit his powerlessness over vagina jokes. Is that you? Okay.
Bad.
Bad man. So I actually didn't get to the here. These are my notes. See, this is great. I don't even need them, but I do want to get to my question. But before that, I think this will lead into it. What is your training as an actor? I was very curious about that.
Actually, I went to HP Studios. I've
Okay.
had private acting lessons. I was taking actually British acting techniques. I've been doing
What do you
this
mean
for
British?
a while.
Does that mean like Shakespeare?
Shakespeare, and also how to Americans, they think that we put too much subtext to our acting and we
Mhm.
pause too long. So
Really? To
yes.
like
Dramatic
Strauss,
roles, yeah.
Strasbergian kind of thing?
Exactly.
The method?
The method.
Right,
So,
which I studied.
British acting technique. You don't. They feel that Shakespeare is sufficient in the words. You don't have to do all of that. You just say the words, and everything's there. So you must learn how to do this evenly, calmly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You know what? I really like that. And I actually studied. I went in college. I studied Strasberg, the
Okay.
method, right? And then it was fine because I got where you had to go to.
Right.
But after a while, it's just so much work.
It's a lot of work.
It's ridiculous. And then I studied with the Barrow Group. I don't know if you ever heard of the Barrow Group.
No, I haven't.
But they're very much like what you're talking about,
Okay.
where it's like the whole concept of the Barrow Group is that you don't have to kill yourself to act. It's all there. If you're an actor, it's already there.
It's there.
It's like when I used to do improv, the emotions, everything just comes.
I think that we're actors when we're kids. We are actors, and then society, it just destroys that. So we go to acting
Right.
school, we have to learn how to become kids again.
Right.
I think all actors are basically the same. They're open, and you might get to that openness by the method, by this way, that way. There's a lot of ways to get to that
Absolutely.
condition of being an actor.
Right.
See,
I
think
agree.
That's
agree.
why I would become a good actor, because I'm a kid. At heart, I'm
Yes.
still a freaking kid.
Yeah. Well, and Pisces are very creative and they're very emotional. They're very sensitive. So
Yeah.
he would. I think you would be a natural, because you're
I-
very in tune with people. Go
I
ahead.
think this is a joke. I think you're fishy. Pisces. Never mind. I'm an
Oh.
actor, not a comedian.
Okay, but wait.
Yeah.
I just want to say only the. That's what I love about that sound effect at the end. It's like laughing so hard. But you know what? I have to say that only this box thought you were funny. I'm sorry. That joke was not great. It was
So I
not a great
have
joke.
something to work on.
You have a place to go.
Tiny.
Because Oleg was curious, and right, it's all about what is it? I can't. Okay, I'm going to cut that out because I didn't know what I was going to say. Oleg was going to ask, do you have any more questions about acting? Because do you want to study acting?
I want to do a lot of things. One
Right,
of
you
which
can't make
is
it. See, you're
acting.
Pisces. You can't make a decision. It's true.
I want to do it all. It's not like I wanna do one of the things. I want to do everything.
Okay. Well, you have to. The only way you're going to be able to do everything is by doing one thing at a time. You know that, right?
Yeah, of course.
Right. Listen to your elders.
I just
Listen
learned
to
that.
your elders.
I'm only learning that
Well,
now.
my whole thing was I started as an actor, and then I got into improv, and then I got into writing. But I did do one thing at a time, though.
Right. I
You
tried to do
have to,
everything.
and you have to pick one thing. That's actually that's a fear of commitment. You know that, right? Okay, good. As long as you know. Well, you know what? We want to talk more about. I want to get to my question because I always have a question. But let's. Did the chair just fall? That's awesome. Oleg his chair just fell. That's so fantastic.
Can I go back to the question?
Yes, let's go back to the question. That was the point of hanging up on him.
You asked how many more ships need to sail before.
Exactly, before I
start
get
getting
paid. Yes.
Well, there's one rule in showbiz. Don't you in order to be good in showbiz, you need to know how to suck dick? Which is something you're not good at.
That ship already has sailed for sure.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Wow. So where did you hear? That's so interesting. Isn't that interesting? You
I
think?
heard of kissing butt, but
Wait. So in other words, you're saying anyone that's famous had to suck cock in order to get famous?
figuratively. I mean, figuratively.
You mean literally?
No, not literally.
Wait, figuratively. What do you mean figuratively?
You have to suck up to people.
Oh, suck up to people. Well, what about having talent and being noticed for your talent?
That sometimes happens, but I mean, sometimes that helps.
Well, I'll tell you honestly. My issue has been that whenever I've gotten close, I've gotten scared and I would run away.
yeah,
Can you relate to that?
I can relate to that. Yes.
Wow. Well,
Yes.
I had a feeling because I know you're very talented as well, and I think there's a certain group of us. There's a certain group that we get to a certain level, and then we panic, and whatever the issues. I don't know what your issues are. I know what my issues are.
Fear
I've
of
been in a lot of
success.
therapy. Fear of success, fear of being able to sustain, fear that I'm a fraud. There's many different.
Right, right.
What are some of your fears? If you
Well, the fraud thing,
Mhm.
I had to actually go to a special instructor to let me know that you belong here. Any stage that you get on, realize that you belong here. This is yours, and actually convince you of that. One
Right.
of those numbers. And,
Interesting.
That was one of the things. So
Yeah, well, it's interesting too because I just read an article about poker, and poker has a lot of analogy. Like there are so many analogies of like winning in poker and being successful in. There's a lot of correlation. And I just read an article of Daniel Negreanu, who's a big professional poker player, and he just won a major. He won another bracelet of some sort. I don't know how big it was, but he said in the article that he went to a class to build his self-esteem. And I was shocked that a poker player would do that, but it's all the same because I know it's interesting. When I'm playing cards, there's some days where I'm so in the flow that I just know I'm going to win. And when I play, like I said, I played this big tournament over the weekend, and I was so intimidated because there were so many people. And it didn't matter that I played so much.
Right.
Like I almost wonder with this show, like I'm very comfortable. I was nervous when I first started because it was new, and anything we start new. But then I wonder if I got to let's say I was offered a serious radio show where there was money involved. My fear would come. That's when the fear would come up. And all I would hope, and what I believe is different now, is that I have that consciousness because in the past I would make excuses and just run away.
right.
Does that?
Yes. The thing is, right now, before I would say that the person I was afraid to act in front of, I said was Samuel Jackson. But now it doesn't exist anymore. I realized that these people that I was looking at, that I aspired to be like, they're just people that have the same fears and things that I have.
Right,
And once you
right.
really realize that, then it becomes a challenge. And it's like a drug almost. Like now, I don't care who's in front of me. I want to get there, and I want to show them that what I can do and flow with them.
That's
so
awesome.
now it's a different attitude, but that took a change. That took learning and expanding knowledge.
Yeah. Did you do any therapy or?
Yeah, it was non-traditional therapy, but yes, it was therapy stuff that I had to do for that. Yeah.
She's
Right.
all about non-traditional therapy.
Yeah, well, whatever. Yeah.
But yeah, definitely. That's I think that not only actors, but anybody you have to do. You have to constantly rebuild yourself and see what the kinks are and get those kinks out.
Right,
That's
right.
what life's about.
Well, and I have a friend that said it really takes a good. You won't want to hear this. 20 years to really find your way and who you are as an actor.
Exactly.
To have strong enough technique, partly technique and partly just confidence of who you are.
The technique becomes you. Actually, you don't really need the technique anymore.
Right.
It's there.
Right.
You're there. Yeah.
Right. So did you start as an actor?
No, I started as a singer. Actually, I was painting first, and I
Libra
started as a
singer.
And I said, I want a better, appearance on the stage, so I should take some acting lessons.
Oh yeah.
So I started
So
that
easy.
way,
Don't even know.
Why? Because you want to be a singer and an actor. These are good.
No,
What?
Singing is my number one dream.
Really?
Because
Well,
I love music so much that it was just like.
So you really need to take notes and listen to this shit. All right, because we're giving,
I
we're
would give everything.
this is,
just to be a singer.
but this we're telling you how it goes now.
I
You can't sing. All right.
Everybody can sing. Everybody can sing.
But how do you? Okay, so continue. We'll
So
get to him eventually.
basically, what I did was I bumped into. I started taking acting lessons. Then I started writing so that I could understand the character better. Then one thing flowed to the other. But as you said before, you have to do one thing at a time. I did, and I tried to do everything at one time.
Right.
And it just went crazy. But I'm happy where I'm at right now.
Mhm.
So all the experience that I have, I'm really using it now in a strategic way. And I think that very soon I'm gonna blow up.
Yeah. Well, I think and dreams have no deadlines.
Right,
An actor,
exactly.
you can act forever. I mean,
Yes.
look at Estelle Getty.
Mhm.
Estelle Getty, come on.
In England.
90,
She's dead now, but she,
but
but she was on Golden Girls. She got
Right.
she
was.
she had to be in her 50s or she might have been in her 60s when she
when
first started.
Oh,
Yeah,
right,
when
right,
she
right,
got
right,
Golden
right,
Girls,
right,
she
right,
always
right.
acted. She,
Right.
there's the term overnight.
Mm-hmm.
The overnight is like 20 to 30 years of doing all kinds of theater
Exactly.
and whatever you do, whatever that is creatively that gets you to the point where you just cross the line finally
Right.
and get to
You have to stick with it.
right, you stick with it. Just to, this is my question. This is my question that goes with my original question. What is it that you feel you want to accomplish before you pass I'm talking to Victor. This is all learning for you today. You can ask questions, but this is all we're here to help you today. What do you and my armpits stink, by the way. I have the worst deodorant. I just had to say that.
It's a funky show. It's a funky show.
Funky.
Yeah.
Funky
Aretha, go
town.
ahead,
White man singing. Funky. Let's go to funky town. I had to put a little joke in there. It's a comedy show. It's the Unknown Zone talk show. We can talk about whatever we want. So anyway, like I had to justify that.
Psychology.
What'd you say?
Psychologist. You're always analyzing.
Comedy, you are constantly analyzing everything you say. See, Dave doesn't think that, and that's why he's not here. That's why there's a Vag House. Dave's never coming out of Vag House. Dave's never coming out of Vag House.
No, never mind.
What is it?
Never mind.
Trust me, you don't want to know.
He's gay, so he doesn't care about the badge. Oleg doesn't care.
I still want to know what you did.
So what in order for you to not die the end of your life and not feel like it, I'm going to say that I'm just saying this because this is how I would feel. It was a total waste.
Right.
What is the level? What do you feel you want to accomplish or need to accomplish to feel satisfied for everything that you've gone through creatively?
Right. I want to be able to express myself freely and completely. I want to get to the stage. I want myself to be at the stage where I can freely express what's inside of me. So far as accomplishing like worldly goods and things like that. Yes, I love money.
We love money.
But I want to be
We're looking
able
for
to
sponsors.
Express myself freely, what's inside me, because I think what's inside of me is important, and that's it. I'll be satisfied with that.
Okay, so it's not like material success.
I want it. Yes.
Would be yes.
It's nice.
Yeah, we all definitely want it.
Nobody's allergic to money.
Right, and success. The recognition. It's partly the recognition of saying like I'm ready. I think I'm going to interpret my version is to be able to say I can be totally myself, my authentic self, using the passions and the creative juices and emotions inside of me, my gifts,
right.
And to be recognized and to have some cash for it.
Right.
To say, hey, I want people to say, oh my God, she's so funny. Let's give her money. She's, she has something that no one else has that people, I feel like I'm not saying this exactly the way I want to, but that people get something from as well.
Actually, I'm not looking for that from people. What I really want for myself is just to be able to know myself that, you are able now to freely express yourself, and as a byproduct, I believe these other things will come.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. No, absolutely. Because if you don't have it, if you're not, it's the inside out.
Yeah. Yes,
it has to be, yes. And I meant to say that, but I didn't. Whatever.
I don't think so. Because when you look at what acting is, it's a process. It's what it requires you to be is to look at situations where they are and to be able to, in your imagination, create characters, do things without being inhibited by what exists in reality.
Right.
Now, there are some people that are real like that already. You meet these people that they just they look at you, they have no fear, they say what they want, Now, if it comes to just acting on stage, moving around, things like that, blocking and all the other stuff, but some people naturally, they're the package. They naturally can express themselves. They naturally can look at you and flow with you. They naturally can go into other worlds, like children. When they say, oh, this is a car. It's a car. They really believe it's a car. This car's going to crash. So, all the build this. Kids do this all the time. We are born actors.
Very good with imagination.
Yes, but some people keep this. As Stella Adler said, her thing was the imagination is the most powerful thing we have and what we should use in acting first before we do anything. And kids have that.
Right.
They're actors.
So you're saying there are actually adults out there who haven't been damaged and the spirit completely wiped out, where they have maintained that.
They've maintained that, yes.
Wow.
And they're beautiful.
They are beautiful, and I get very envious actually because it's been such a process of undoing stuff. Although I feel fortunate in the sense that I started acting at a very young age.
Right.
So I was able to. I still had a lot of therapy I had to do, but I was still able to act.
Right.
From like 8th grade on, or 9th grade on.
You know what I've seen? People like years ago, people in the gay community were
He's
first.
Gay.
Hi gay. Hi gay. People in the gay community, I found to be how can I put it? Have gone through, let's say a lot of people were in closets before, right? Once they came out and said, we never screwed us, I'm going to be who I am. I don't care.
Right,
Once you
right.
get that freedom, you break free like that, it's like the creativity, the willingness to, I think, great actors, great performers I've seen in the gay community have gone through that process. I think all of us go through some kind of process where we liberate ourselves. Say, forget this
Right.
corporate, straitjacket that we have on or whatever. Break
Horrible.
it off. Once you
Yes.
get all that crap off you, then you can be who
Right,
you are.
exactly. Which is funny. I don't know if you have a day job. Do you have?
Yes, I do.
Okay, because I have.
Unfortunately.
Yes, I know. Me too. So sad. But it's interesting. Well, yeah, it's interesting because I work in a corporate environment, and it's exhausting.
Yes.
It drains the life out of me all day long. And I actually had a conversation with someone who I'm friendly with at the job who is not creative at all. So, to her, that's her life.
Right.
And she said to me yesterday, as a matter of fact, she said, we were talking about people get recognized they can have a little party or whatever after like 15 years. Exactly. And I've been there 9 years, which is unbelievable. Right? So she said to me, do you want a party? And I go, no, I really don't care. I don't even want to imagine that I'm going to be here in 15 years.
Exactly.
And then she got very defensive, and she thought I was insulting her. And today she wanted to have a talk with me, and I was like, no, I don't have time. It's not a good time. I was like, fuck that. There's nothing to talk about, But I tried to explain to her that I said, as a creative person, the only thing that's going to make me happy is doing as much being creative.
Right.
And she just didn't. She didn't understand it, and didn't. What I found the most interesting was she didn't want to understand it.
That's because she's not creative.
In your nose, in between your toes, smack dab in the middle of your split crotch pantyhose. The unknown show.
Talk show.
The unknown show.
Talk show.
The unknown zone.
Talk show.